Well, good evening, everyone, and thanks for coming. Tonight we're going to have two wonderful groups. I've had the opportunity to work with the fifth grade a little bit this afternoon. I was really impressed with how well they're playing, so I think you're in for a real treat. Both groups are going to do a fantastic job for you tonight. The fifth grade band is going to start us off. They're going to play three numbers, the first of which is Big Rock, Candy Mountain. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and talk a little bit about why Mrs. School isn't here. Her husband had a death in the family, a close death, and they had to travel for the funeral. And so she wasn't able to be back tonight, and she asked that I conduct. She felt it was more important that the kids got an opportunity to play as opposed to trying to find a time to reschedule it or just have it not performed at all. So she feels really bad. She's disappointed. She'd love to be here, and I feel honored that I got to work with the group today. So if you happen to run into her, give her your condolences and let her know that she was missed. The next piece we're going to play is a little bit of Latin, and it's kind of an interesting piece. It's a lot of fun, and let's not waste any time getting to it. All right. I'm going to take a few moments and talk a little bit about the group. Of course, I'm not as familiar with it as Mrs. Gold, but I do know a couple things. And one of the things that I know that I work on at the middle school level, especially in 6th grade, is working on putting the group together, taking instrumentalists and musicians from 3 different schools and getting them to play together. It's quite a feat, actually, that Mrs. Gold can get these kids in one day to play together. And even though it's the same songs, each group has their own challenges. And then when they come together, they need to work together to overcome them. And so that is one of the biggest goals that I have in 6th grade, is that every time they have band, it's with everybody. And so we kind of break down those barriers of I'm from Lincoln, I'm from Knight, and I'm from Lindbergh. We kind of work with the idea that I'm from the middle school, and we're all the same group. And so it's wonderful to see each of the group's characters, but it's during the middle school years that they really gel and come together. And that's one of the goals of the 6th grade band. And I'm really impressed on how well, at both the mass band concert and tonight, how well they work together already. So, fantastic. All right, so the last piece we're going to play for you is Dr. Rock. And then after this, we're going to have the 5th graders step down, and the 6th grade band will come up. So you'll need a couple minutes to make the switch, and so if you need a chance to stand up and stretch, you can. Just don't go too far, as it won't take too long. All right, here's the last song for the 5th grade, Dr. Rock. All right. We're going to start with the sixth grade portion of the concert now. And as you know, I've heard my little speech already, and one of the big goals of the sixth grade band that I have is to really get them to work together as a group and meld together and actually try and promote making friends outside of the group that they come with. And usually by the time they leave 8th grade, you would never know which elementary school they came from. And so that's one of the big goals when they go to the high school, is that they've already become a group. So we're going to start off our concert. The sixth grade theme tonight is kind of places. And you're probably looking at the highlights in the Wizard of Oz and going, that's not really a place, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first off, we're going to start with America the Beautiful. Our next place to visit is the Serengeti. And so this is kind of a shortened arrangement of a larger work. It's got many different settings. It talks about the openness of the Serengeti. We describe the sunrise, which is the beginning, the playfulness of some of the animals that you'll find on the Serengeti, and then we end with the sunset. So there's about 4 or 5 sections within this song, each describing a different part of the Serengeti. So here we go. Off we are. Okay. I'd like to take just a couple seconds. Those of you that were here Tuesday night, I promise it won't go as long. I'd just like to say a couple thank yous to some people that have made a real impact this school year and the past few school years. The first person I'd really like to thank is Dr. Strage, our principal here at the middle school. She's been a fantastic supporter of the music program here at the middle school, not only to the teachers that are doing the teaching, but to the students who are involved. We're going to miss her next year. She's going to be moving to do the principalship at Dr. Knight and working on some curriculum stuff, so we're going to miss her very much. And someone else I'd like to thank is Dave Gertz. He came on as a new faculty member this year. He's been here before, but he's back, energized and ready to contribute to the young lives here at the middle school. And he's been doing all of the taping and all of the sound stuff this year for me, which is a great help. And so I'd like to thank Mr. Gertz. All right. Now, the last thing I'd like to say is that it's been fantastic working with this group this year. They've overcome a lot of challenges. The first thing, of course, is just being here at the middle school. Lockers and lunch and combinations and 6 different teachers, and one quarter they have Phy-Ed, the next quarter they have art, and all of this stuff they need to keep track of. And yet every day they come and see me, except for those that get to go to choir. And one of the challenges that we face is getting used to that idea of bringing the instrument back and forth every day. And they will tell you, as you know, they haven't been perfect about it, but it's gotten better. And I would like to say that these few last weeks, last month, they've really grown and matured, and I am just so proud of the effort they've put in. We had hoped to put on 4 songs tonight, but I forgot, and I have a terrible memory, but I forgot that the 6th and 7th graders needed to play for the 8th grade Olympics. And so last week, I gave them 2 new songs that are about a 7th or 8th grade level, and I said, we need to learn these by next Wednesday. So they had about a week, and they performed yesterday, and they did a fantastic job. And so we had hoped to put 4 songs on, but with learning 2 other new songs in a week, I didn't feel I could ask any more of them. But we're going to end with highlights from The Wizard of Oz, and of course, there's Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and so that's another place we go. Thank you again for coming and supporting the arts and the music in this school. Reminder, I know that for my students, next Monday is the high school band concert at 7:30 at the high school auditorium, and for my students, it's extra credit if they go, and I do believe Mrs. Gold has the same policy. So. If you're interested, next Monday night at 7:30 at the high school. Promises to be a good program. Thank you again for coming out. And if you could, after the concert, stack chairs, that would really help the custodians get ready for lunch tomorrow. So thank you so much for coming.